Hello and welcome back to Cast On, a knitting podcast where I talk about my finished objects, my whips, some yarn acquisitions and some more knitting things. My name is Ellie, I'm from Austria and this is episode 30. Hello, I am so glad you could join me again. How are you guys? I would like to know that. I am melting. It is so hot in Austria at the moment. I am so fed up with summer. I want cold weather. I'm constantly just melting. For the past 2 weeks we've had no temperatures under 30 degrees. It was mostly around 33 to 35 degrees, which is very hot, and it just does not cool down in the evenings and nights as well. So yeah, sweaty nights, not great. I really want cold. But yeah, apart from that, I have a few things to show you. I have no finished objects, which is a first. I've had, I think, a finished object for the past few months, 4 months or something like that, and today I don't. So we will just go through my whips, and yeah, I think we can get started. As always, I have a cup of tea here. Even though it is hot, tea is supposed to cool you down. I'm not sure if I truly believe that. I mean, I know the science behind it, but when you drink tea in that moment you feel like dying as well. But you need to drink. Anyways, let's start with the sad news. With my Robinson wrap cardigan, just had to think of the name. I ran out of yarn as expected, and I ran out of yarn a lot earlier than what I expected. So this is what it looks like. I have one sleeve finished, a nice cuff, a nice Italian bind off. I have the bottom. I still have a few rows to make, although I'm not entirely sure if I will do that, because when I tried it on it just hit my waist, and that's kind of the ideal place where you want this cardigan to hit, and if it grows then it might be too long. And then I have the second sleeve, and that's where I ran out of yarn. Very sad. I thought I could get both sleeves done before I run out of yarn. That is not the case, evidently. Let's compare it to the other sleeve. I'm almost done with it as well. So this is where I'm at with the sleeve. Just needed a little bit more. But yeah, I ran out of yarn, and I've just not had the time to get to the yarn shop. The yarn I'm using is Sandesgarn by Sunday held double in this really nice lavender colour. You can find the colour code beneath this video on my Ravelry page or in previous videos, because I've talked about this for several months now. This is a cardigan that I started quite a while ago now, and I really needed something for my dresses because I don't have any cardigan. I have one like zipper vest type of thing, and that does not look very good with my handmade dresses. So I really wanted to make a cardigan, and I thought this one would be perfect because it hits just around the waist and you can tie it. I just realized I did not tell you who it's from. It's from Florence Miller. Robinson wrap cardigan by Florence Miller, but like I said, you can find everything down below. And I've been working on this steadily, and yeah, I just need to go to the yarn shop and pray that they have not only the colour but also the colour that will match this, because I think it might look very weird when the last quarter of the sleeve and the ties will look differently. So we'll have to just see about that. The only thing that's missing is, like I said, the sleeve. I need to check again about how long it is already, and then bind off. And then you have to knit, I think you... Pardon me. I'm so tired. Ugh. I'm not bored, I'm just... the heat makes me so tired. Anyways, I think you double knit the... what's that? It's not a button band because you don't have any buttons, but the thing that goes around the entire cardigan. So the collar up here, and yeah, I think you know what I mean. So these are the only things that are left. Like I said, I need to go to the yarn store and get some more yarn. I might get away with only getting one. I need to... so in this are 6 balls. 6 balls of yarn, but because I held it double, technically it's only 3 balls of DK weight. And the reason why I used Sunday and not double Sunday is because this is actually repurposed yarn from a different sweater that I unraveled. And I knew from the get-go that I would not have enough yarn, but I still prayed that I would have enough to at least make the sleeves and a good chunk of the waist. And I guess I achieved that goal, but yeah, I need to check the yardage for the size that I'm making. I'm making size B, and just compare how much I've already have in this cardigan and then how much I need more, because like I said, I might get away with 1. If I need 2, it's not gonna be great because I will have leftovers, and I'm trying to eliminate the leftovers as much as possible. And if I make the ties longer, then so be it. I'm not really bothered about that. But yeah, this is my Robinson wrap cardigan, currently kind of on hold, just because I need to get some yarn. I might go tomorrow. We'll see. It's just I've not been feeling like going out because it's just so incredibly warm that it's not very fun walking. It's not very fun standing in the sun because everything heats up. It's not just the direct sunlight, it's also all of the buildings have so much heat stored in them and from the floor that it's not pleasant to be outside. Anyways, enough about the heat. I really hope I don't go on about this for your sake. Other whips, exciting whips. I've started the Moby sweater in the last episode and I've made some good progress. This is a really fun knit, although now I think I really have slowed down. The Moby sweater by Petite knit looks like this. Isn't it just gorgeous? I am so happy with it. It is super fluffy. Can you see the halo? It is so incredibly soft, and I can't wait to wash this and then finally wear it once the weather is cooler, because this already looks like such a staple piece from a wardrobe that I just want it. Last time I only finished the back piece, the back panel. I'm not sure if I finished it or if I was just quite far. I can't remember, but since then I have made the both fronts and I've already joined in the round, and I think I made a significant amount of progress. Now, like I said, it goes significantly slower because you have double the stuff. You have to make each cable double, and you have to make the bit in the middle, the mock cables, double as well. so each round just takes a lot longer and is a little bit harder on my wrists. So progress, you can still see progress, but it's not immediate. That's what I'm trying to say. As for the yarn, I'm using Drops Karisma in the colour number 1. This is a superwash 100% wool. And then my favourite mohair, or one of my favourite mohairs, Filcolana Tilia in 101. So also just the off-white colour. I think these two pair really nicely together, and the colour is also, yeah, it's just like an off-white colour. I still need to make the collar, and because I am really sensitive around my neck area, even though this mohair doesn't scratch me on my arms and stuff, I still can't have it directly on my neck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make the collar with Drops Karisma and leave out the mohair. I tried making the front bit off because it's a folded over collar. What I tried before is making the front bit with the mohair, and then the inside that actually lays against my neck without the mohair, and that worked reasonably well, but it's still scratchy. So this time I'm gonna completely eliminate the mohair and just hope that the wool itself doesn't itch me too much. I mean, it will always be a bit scratchy because it's just a really sensitive area of the body for me, but I really hope that it's not going to be too bad. So that is the next bit, because it kind of looks weird without the collar, and I really wanted to make it yesterday evening so I could show you. Why am I so tired? I constantly have to yawn. Why? I wanted to make the collar yesterday and show you, but then I just didn't get around to it. So in terms of the pattern, I think the pattern is really well written. I like to work off charts, and that's exactly what you get. You get a massive chart and you work from that, and with my iPad it's super easy because I can just cross out every row, so I always know where I am. And now that you've joined in the round, you don't really have charts as it is anymore, but I mean, I think it's quite obvious what's gonna come next because you've already done the first bit. So you see the cables, which way they twist, you see the mock cables, which way they go, so it's really not that difficult anymore. It's just going to take a long time because, like I said, every row is slower because of the circumference, because it's so wide, and it's a fairly long sweater. So we'll see when I have the time and motivation how much I'm gonna get done on this. I felt like in the evenings it was okay to work on it. During the day it's not that pleasant. Being inside is still better than being outside, but working with mohair is still not great. I mean, my hands don't get sweaty at all, but it's just very warm having all of this on your lap constantly. Also, I didn't pick up for the shoulders the neatest. You will see that in the next whip as well, that this is a bit of a problem, but I mean, it's the shoulders. I tried my best. I unraveled it once, or like undid it once to try again, but a pickup is always going to be a pickup. It's always going to be a little bit messy, so whatever. You can see that the cable is supposed to twist and just continue along the shoulders, but it is very clear that it is all kind of pushed to the right, especially these, even though I did go into the same stitch where it continues, or is supposed to continue. And then the other side, it's kind of the same story. You will always be able to tell, especially because of the big cable, and you have like a bend. So yeah, not my best work, but I am happy enough. I think this one I picked up a bit tighter because it kind of scrunches in, but I am happy enough to leave it. And it's the shoulders, like, come on, no one's gonna really look at the shoulders and with my hair down. So this is my Moby sweater. We'll see how much I get done on it, but I am very, very pleased with it so far. I feel like I've not really told you that I'm transitioning into autumn pieces. I think you kind of guessed that from my podcast, but if you do want a video where I talk about my autumn plans, then let me know down below, because I'm not sure if I should make one. If you're interested in this, especially just after I just showed you my stash and the yarn that I have plans for certain projects. So let me know if you want to see some autumny inspiration and my plans. So I have 2 more whips to show you, and one of them is a sock. I can't remember if I cast this on last time. I think I only had the cuff, but this is just a plain vanilla sock that I'm working on at the moment. I just wanted something fairly quick and easy for my journey to and from work, and this is kind of it. It's so floppy. I love the yarn, I love the colour, but you can clearly see a line from the change. So I just made the normal, oops, I lost some stitches. I just followed the normal vanilla sock pattern from the Crazy Sock Lady, just her YouTube tutorial for a slip stitch heel, and I'm back with the amount of stitches that I need for the rest of the foot, and they do fit very well. They are definitely too big. If you remember last time, I cast on too many stitches because I wanted to make the Hermione everyday socks, so I cast on 64 stitches, but I actually need 60 for a sock. So at that time I already finished all of the, what's that, like, before I realized that it's gonna be too big, and then I just couldn't be bothered to rip back to decrease, so it is what it is. And the yarn is Ferner Wolle Lungauer Socken. It is an Austrian yarn brand, which makes me super happy, because of course I want to support local businesses as well, even though we don't really have that many, because sheep are not animals that you have a lot in Austria. The area is not really designed for that, like geographically. Anyways, this is the colour 520/22, if anyone is interested in it, and it is a blend of 56% superwash wool, 25% cotton and 19% polyamide, recycled polyamide. I fell in love with this yarn when I saw it in the shop, and I just had to get it. I'm not a huge sock knitter. I don't think I will ever be a big sock knitter, but I just really like the colours, and that's why I started a sock, I guess. I don't think there's anything else to say. I'm not super happy about this jump. It is expected, because of course you make the slip stitch heel and the heel turn and everything first before you then pick up on the sides and join again. So I kind of wish I made the heel turn and the slip stitch heel a different color, maybe a white, because I think that would have looked, first of all, incredible, but second of all, it would have helped with the fade, because then you just pick up on the sides and you have like the same color all around. But again, it's a sock, I'm not gonna rip back, I'm not too bothered about it. I think I will have a fairly big amount of leftovers anyways, because you always get a really big amount with Ferner Wolle. You get 420 meters, and I'm not even halfway through with just this one sock. So I'm guessing I will have about half of it left once I finish the first pair of socks, so that gives me more than enough for a second pair. And if I make the toe and the heel a different color, then I'll definitely have enough, and the cuff. And maybe next time I do want to try the, what are they called? Not the DRK everyday socks. Andrea Mowry got some like bear claw, bear something socks. They are toe up. I've never made a toe up sock. I tried it once, I hated it, I ripped it out, I never looked back. But these socks are supposed to fit so well, also because they have ribbing. So I do want to try making those. I have the pattern for it, and this is why I had why I have the yarn, because I wanted to make these in this. But hey ho, plans change, and I am happy with my sock. And this is just, like I said, a travel project. I'm not really working on it actively at home, but I want to finish the sock because I want to wear the pair, because it just makes me so happy to see the colours. Alright, I have one more whip, and this is something new, and this is just flying by, and I am just super happy. I realized this might have also been or this should have also been in my autumn plans, but I was just so excited that I just cast it on. Let me just sort out the needles. This is the Hayley slipover by Hiris Makes. Iris only released this pattern last week, or just not very long ago at all, and I was always very hesitant about it, because I thought it looked really good, but I wasn't sure if I would like to wear it myself. But then she released it, and I was like, it looks so good. I do want to have it, because I think it might be a really good office piece, and with autumn around the corner, hopefully soon, please, it might be a really good thing to cast it on and just try it out in the office, because it's really cold in the office. Because the aircon is on 24/7 and turned down way too much, so I am freezing. This is what I have so far, and doesn't it look incredible? It looks so good. I am so happy with it. This is the whole back panel, and let me tell you, this just flew by. I didn't even intend on making big progress. I knit the back panel in 2 evenings, just like a few hours at a time. Have a TV show on, and yeah, I'm just really happy. And then I had a knit night on Tuesday, and I finished the left front. So this is what one side looks like, and then I'm just working on the other side. I'm not very far here, but in general, this is what it looks like and what I have so far. It looks so good, and I know it's going to look really good. But I'm not too sure about the yarn colour. I do like the yarn. This is the first time I am working with this. In my stash and project video, I showed you this yarn and said I would like to have it as a slipover because I don't have a lot of it. This is a CaMaRose, this one, Økologisk Sommeruld. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is 70% organic merino wool and 30% organic cotton. So it's a wool and cotton blend. I think this is too warm for summer for me, so I thought maybe like a transitional piece would be good. I have 5 balls of this, I think. I don't think I have enough for the size that I'm making. Is that right? No, I think I have more. I think I have 1 ball more than what the recommended yarn suggests. Well, not yarn, meterage. So I should be good. This is a fingering weight as far as I know. Yeah, 26 to 28 stitches. I'm holding a double and you get 230 meters in 1 ball in the color 2036 Mark Senep. Again, don't know. If you can read that, then you know what the yarn is called. I hope you can still find it with the color code. I hate this color. Well, I don't hate it, but I don't think it looks good on me. The camera doesn't pick it up as it actually looks in real life. It's a lot yellower than this brown, and it's like a really interesting yellow greeny brown. When I bought this yarn, I thought it would be an either like a brown or a like rust brown, but not a yellow brown. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not in love with the colour, but I'm gonna just finish the piece and see how I like it wearing it, having it on. And if I really don't like it, I will either try and dye it or just stuff it in my wardrobe and never look at it again. These are the 2 options that I have. I'm not sure if this will go well with my skin colour. I don't even know if it will look good with the wardrobe pieces that I have, because of the really weird yellow undertones. If you like this colour, then I'm not hating on you at all. It's just I don't think the colour would look that great on me because I am very cool toned. I have a lot of blues, a lot of purples, undertones, and yellow and purple don't really go well together. I know they're contrasting colours, but yeah. But apart from that, I am so happy with this piece. I think this will fly by. It is super fun. It looks super complicated, but trust me, it's not. It's very repetitive, and even though I do have the chart open on my side, obviously for the fronts as well, well, for the fronts I have to, but once you join in the round, I think it's very intuitive because you see which way the cables twist, and it's very, very simple. It looks very intricate, but at the end of the day it's not. So yeah, I don't know how far I will get with this, but I'm really enjoying working on this piece. This has just been a really nice break from the big cables from my Moby sweater, and you work on 4.5mm needles, so it goes by a bit faster as well. The Moby is on 4mm needles, so just a normal DK weight, and yeah, really happy with this piece as well. Alrighty, as for yarn, I have been a bit naughty. I was at university with a friend of mine and we were studying, and then I got bored of tax law and then I browsed some yarn shops. I wanted to try some new yarn, not that I needed, especially after my yarn stash video where I saw how much yarn I actually have, but I just have absolutely no self-control, and I guess I wanted to treat myself, but really I was just really bored of studying, so it is what it is. I have it. I am super happy. I don't really regret it. Could I have saved the money and spent it somewhere else? Yes, I could have. Did I do that? No. Will I do that in the future? Probably also no. We'll see. But because with the Moby sweater, a lot of the yarn is actually going down. Not that I need to replace it, but there's a gap now. And I want to fill the gap. So of course I bought way more than I would actually use it with the Moby sweater or any of these projects. Anyways, the yarn, and I am super excited about this, is from the company Hillesvåg. Inga from the Knitting Traditions talks about this all the time, and I totally see why. It is a Norwegian yarn, 100% Norwegian wool, and this is very rough but also very nice at the same time. So I bought two bases. I bought Ask and Tinde. I've wanted to try both of them for such an incredibly long time, and I finally bought them. The difference is that Tinde, I believe, is the fingering weight one. Yes. Tinde, no, hang on. Ask has 24 stitches and Tinde is 22 stitches. That would mean that this is, with 24 stitches, the thinner yarn. Is that right? This one feels thinner. Oh no, it is. Tinde uses a needle of 3.5 to 4 millimeters, so this is a DK weight-ish, thereabouts, and Ask uses a 3 millimeter to 3.5. They're both very rough, like they are 100% wool, and I kind of like the rough kind of wool. I don't know if my neck likes it, but I think the sweater that you make out of it, or the garment in general, is just super, super warm, and I really like wearing those pieces in winter. So let's start with Ask. This is the color light beige, I think. Mellad Lys Brun. So Mellad is Meliad, Lys is light, and Brun is brown. So Meliad light brown. I think the number is 316058. I could be wrong on that. It's just a really light beige. I really like the color. I am super happy with this. I think this would look absolutely incredible in a cable knit. Surprise, surprise, I'm really into cables at the moment. I want to make all of the cable sweaters. I did not buy this yarn with any intention of a project, but I do have a few projects in my mind that I would like to make, which are not out yet, but will be out very soon, and I might use one of these to make it. You get 350 meters with Ask, and I don't think there's anything else to say. I think it's really cool because they have a little history text and the picture of the mill. I think it's their mill, or where the yarn is from at least. locally produced since 1898. Hillesvåg Ullvarefabrikk. So yeah. And then I don't speak Norwegian, by the way. Norwegian, like all of the, not all of them, but a lot of the Scandinavian languages are very similar to German because of the history, etc. So I can read most of the things and kind of use my German knowledge for it, but I don't speak Norwegian. And then Tinde is also 100% wool, is that right? Ren ull, I don't know what that means. It's also wool. You get 260 meters and the color is beige. Tinde Sandesgarn beige. In, I think the number again, 652101. I think they are so nice. Obviously this is darker, this is a darker brown, almost grey, but I could lay in these. I have 4 skeins of this. I tried to get it around 1100 to 200 meters because I feel like this is like the standard meterage that I need for a sweater. And then with Tinde I bought 5. So that should definitely be enough for a sweater. I will probably have to hold ask with a mohair because it's a fingering weight, or because I don't really feel like making a fingering weight sweater. I have it, if I can find a sweater that uses sport weight, I might get away with this held single. But I really just want the true colour of it for both of these, because it's not just one solid colour, it's a really nice, like, it's not a variation, but yeah, words just don't come easy to me today. So I am really happy about both of these yarn acquisitions. They just look so pretty that I just want to display them. I don't know where I'm gonna put them for now because my yarn shelf is very full, but I'm sure I will find a place, and hopefully we'll be able to work with it soon. Like I said, that might not be the truth, but we will just see what's gonna happen. So those were all of my knitting related things. If you're not into sewing and you don't want to know about my personal life, I guess, then I am happy that you could join me again and we will get into some sewing stuff. Because I have also bought a pattern, a sewing pattern, and I really want to make it. I cut out the pieces yesterday, like just the pattern pieces, because I had to trace the pattern. For this winter I really want to make a winter coat, and I came across a few videos and it was just a rabbit hole, let's put it that way. It was a rabbit hole that I fell into, and I bought this coat pattern. This is McCalls M6800, and it's the petite version. So you have sizes 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14. And I want to make coat D. Will I focus? Coat D, but with the belt of coat C. So I want the longer version but with the belt. And I bought the fabric this weekend as well. I have this really nice dark brown wool fabric, which, if you don't know, wool is also very expensive in fabric form. So this was another splurge of mine. but I just really wanted a coat. I don't have that many coats in my wardrobe, and the coats that I do have, there's always something wrong with them, so I thought I would try making my own, and this is what I settled for. The coat D will also have a hood. I don't know if I want to make the hood. I cut it out already, excuse you, like just a pattern piece, but I'm not sure if I will benefit from a hood of like for this coat. And yeah, I will update you once I have the coat, I guess, but I just wanted to show you the pattern because I think it's a really nice design, and I was not able to find it anywhere in Austria, so I actually had to buy it from a different country and get it shipped here. But if you are interested in sewing your own also winter clothes, then I guess give it a shot. It's supposed to be very easy. The pattern pieces also seem to be very easy, but we'll see. My easy and designers and pattern makers easy is different. So that was about my sewing stuff, and yeah, life has been okay. I've been working, which has been quite fun, to be honest, and I've been knitting. I went to 2 knit nights. I had one on Tuesday, like I already said. This was one in person. We have it once a month here in Vienna, and it's so fun. You have all of these different people come together and just knit and chat for a few hours. I wish we had it weekly or bi-weekly, because it's not that I feel that lonely, but I want to go out and see people, and I want to know what other people are working on whilst chatting with them. But that was fun as always. And then I had a knit night a week ago, I think, and that was an online one. Lisa and Bella from We Made Wardrobe, they always have a knit night, or not always, this was the second time that they organized this knit night. It's an online one, and that one was also really fun. We talked a lot about different patterns, what everyone is doing, and holiday plans, I guess, because everyone's on holidays at the moment. But if you want to join one of those, definitely go and follow them on Instagram and here on YouTube. They also have a channel. They're both really nice, and that was a lot of fun. We chatted for a few hours, and because it's online, you can join wherever you are in the world, but bear in mind our time might be different to your time, but I think that is kind of obvious. But that was also really nice, and yeah, apart from that, not a lot has happened. The old apartment is almost finished. I tried painting it last week, but then the paint came off, so I don't have to paint it anymore because the landlord said just leave it, we're gonna get a professional do it, which fine by me, because I don't really have the time to do it anyways. And the key, I will give them back the key next week. We still have to organize something, but that will be the end of the old apartment with my lovely balcony, and yeah, the end of an era, I guess. So yeah, that was everything. I think from a personal life, just been reading a lot, been knitting quite a lot, been sweating a lot. Let me know what you're working on. I would be interested in that. Let's have a little conversation in the comments as always, and I hope you're doing well. Stay tuned for next week's video where I actually clean up all of the mess that I made in last week's video where I showed you the plans with my yarn, and now it looks super nice and organized. So definitely go and check that video out once it comes out every Friday as per usual, 5:15 p.m. and I hope you have a good weekend whenever you're gonna watch this. Have fun, stay safe, don't melt, and I'm gonna see you next time. Happy knitting. Bye!